After being very frustrated with my fish deck the other day, I needed to come up with something that I dubbed the anti-Atraxa deck. So what deck would classify as an anti-Atraxa? Well, I deem this deck to be anti-Atraxa because I finally beat that freaking thing twice with this deck with no sweat. So let's take a look at what this does. This is Thrun, Breaker of Silence, leading my For Whom the Bell Trolls deck. Hence the name of the deck. For 5 mana, 3 and 2 green, you get a 5/5 Troll Shaman. Can't be countered, so blue players take your counter spells and go over there somewhere and play. Trample, and he cannot be targeted by non-green spells of your opponents or abilities from non-green sources. So direct removal spells, nope, can't target him. ETB trigger removal, nope, can't target him either. And then he also has indestructible on your turn, so you can just keep on swinging through. So the idea here is we're going to make him as big as possible and making him even more difficult to deal with. And if you have no way of dealing with a big fat trampler like this, you're going to die really quick. So let's get into the deck. We have basically our protection suite as usual. Tamiyo's safekeeping, because once in a while you need to make him hexproof or indestructible for various things. Gaia's Gift, same thing. Intervention, same thing. We also have Regrowth, Unnatural Restoration, and Conduit of Worlds in here, because sometimes you get things blown up that you need to get back, because we are running auras, we are running equipment, and you might want to get that stuff back out of the graveyard and put it back onto something, so those things are here. We also have a lot of mana ramping, because I'm trying to ramp into some pretty good-sized spells, and we're trying to get Thrun online as quickly as possible. So we have things like Elvish Mystic, Llanowar Elves, Armored Scrapgorger, Legion Caryatid, Incubation Druid, Paradise Druid. Basically the mana dorks that tap and make a mana off everything. We also have Wolf Willowhaven and Channel Land taps for an additional green. We have a couple of our standard mana rocks in here. I have Topiary Stomper to go get an extra land out of the deck, and it's a nice little beater as well. Circle of Dreams Druid, for every creature we control, it adds a green. Heraldic Banner pumps our stuff as well as giving us a green, and then the Great Henge, it makes our stuff bigger as we go along and adds mana and gives us life. And then we also have fight and removal spells. We have Bite Down. You target Thrun and go poke, get rid of that blocker that's going to cause us to lose damage. Cankerbloom removes artifacts and enchantments in this particular deck. Bite, just like Bite Down, I don't care about the poison effect. It's just there to bite down on somebody's stuff and get it out of the way. Inscription of Abundance, fight spell, ram through a bite spell. Rex Sage gets rid of enchantments and artifacts. Arcbow Ranger, she can actually do a bite effect, or you can put counters on something, so either way she's really good. And then Primal Might is a fight spell that can pump, so we can give like Thrun like +4. He turns into like a 9/9, kills their thing, and then swings with 9 trample on him, and he's indestructible on our turn. That's really good. And then we have our equipment suite. I have stuff like Shadow Spear, get life back as we go. Belt of Giant Strength. Thrun's already a 5/5, so this only costs 5 to equip, so it turns him into a 10/10 by default. So this is one of the little jankier of things that are in the deck. But if we slap on other stuff that makes him bigger or put counters on him or something, this gets cheaper and then makes him exceed the 10/10 level. Blackblade Reforged, for every land you control, +1/+1, and it equips to him for 3. Sigil of Valor, when it attacks by itself, which is what we're doing most of the time, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each other creature we control. So if you have, 3 or 4 other creatures, it's going to get like +4/+4 until end of turn. Thran Power Suit, for every aura or equipment attached to it, it gets +1/+1 and gives it Ward 2. So it makes it a little harder to get rid of and makes it bigger. And then Nettle Cyst, for every equipment or enchantment you control, artifact or enchantment you control, it gets +1/+1. So you strap this on, you have a few little ancillary artifacts and enchantments laying around, it gets bigger. Leaning even harder into this, we have auras and enchantments that also make our stuff bigger. So we have things like Ancestral Mask. It gets +2/+2 for each other enchantment on the battlefield. So, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger for every enchantment that we play. Blanchwood Armor, +1/+1 for forest. We're in mono green and we have mostly forests in the mana base. So it's going to get really big. Hydra's Growth. Counters are going to get doubled every upkeep after you keep going with this. Same concept. Oakenform, +3/+3. It's just a generic 3/3, but hey, it works. Mantle of the Wolf, +4/+4. Verdant Embrace, +3/+3, but it also makes saplings and turns it into a verdant. What the hell is that thing? I forget now, but whatever. And then Prodigious Growth for 6 mana, +7/+7. It already has Trample, but who cares? You're swinging with a fat 12/12 with this thing on it. And then we have other things that will pump our stuff up, get Thrun bigger, do dumb things. We have Ranger class, puts a counter if you level it up on Thrun every attack. Titanic Growth, just a quick burst attack. Fight Rigging gets counters on it, and you get a free spell, and it's really easy to get to 7 in this deck. Klothys' Design. This is actually one of the jankier includes. Devotion to green gets +X/+X. So if you have 5 or 6 devotion, this thing hits pretty hard. Biogenic Upgrade. Put 3 counters on up to 1, 2, or 3 target creatures, then double the counters. Well, if you've already been putting counters on Thrun, or even if you just do this, it's 6 counters for 6 mana. It's really good. And then this is probably my favorite include, and it's such a surprise because it's instant speed. Bounty of Might. Target creature for 6 mana gets +3/+3. Another target creature, or the same one, because you can do this 3 times to the same target. You can basically give Thrun +9/+9 as a surprise win. And it works. I've taken people by surprise with this. Then we have just a pile of good creatures that work well with what we're trying to do here. Like Thrun's big enough to make Nessian Hornbeetle big. Beast Collar, every time you play a creature, he puts counters on it, and then if it dies, you can dump them onto Thrun. Ronus, you can pump Thrun up, and he can swing as well. Citizen Champion, we have enough enchantments in the deck that we're going to get a little bit of card draw off of her. Tireless Tracker, it can get bigger. We can get clues. We can draw cards off those. Old Growth Troll, it's a troll deck, really, so he's in here just as a thing, and he can help us ramp if it dies. Toski gives us cards. Beast Whisperer also gives us cards. Garruk, his +1 can pump Thrun, or we can make beasts. So, either way. Seraph the Viper's Fang. This has a really fun interaction. Because Thrun has Trample, if you give him Death Touch as well, it does not matter how many creatures they throw in front of it. As long as you assign 1 damage, which is what Death Touch considers lethal, the rest is going to carry over. So you could have a 2/10 blocking Thrun as a 5/5. If he's got Death Touch off a Seraph, 1 damage will hit that, and the other 4 is going to carry over and hit your opponent in the face. So even if they decide they're going to put a bunch of little stuff in front of it, doesn't matter. You're just like 1, 1, 1. The rest of it carries over, and you're gonna kick your opponent in the teeth hard that way. Then we also have Elder Gargaroth. Helps draw cards, helps us gain life, and it's just a nice little big beater. And then the last column before we get into the lands, and this is kind of the fun stuff, this is my doubling column. These things double the power of Thrun for us. God Eternal Ronus enters the battlefield, doubles the power of your creatures until end of turn. A Natural Growth, every combat doubles the power. Zopendrel, same thing, doubles the power. And then this one I actually took somebody, and I didn't realize how good this card was until I cast it, and I hit somebody for over 100 damage with it. This card is dumb, because if they don't counter this, Thrun's going to run them over. Full stop. And then the mana base is real simple. We got Boseiju, 34 forests, which I realized at the end of the video I didn't switch them out from my usual land, the Stained Glass. So they're Phyrexian lands right now. Nykthos, because we are running a lot of green, and we got some green devotion stuff going on, and that helps us ramp in. Plaza is an emergency oh crap button to protect Thrun if we need it. And then Tyrite Sanctum, same thing. Eventually we can use it to put a counter on him, and then make him indestructible at all times. Then they really can't get rid of him. So that's the deck. I had a ton of fun with this deck because I was so frustrated with the fish deck the other day, and this was a very cathartic play day. So I hope you get to enjoy this, and we'll talk about it at the end of the video. Toluz, alright. Haven't seen that one in a long time. But honestly, I don't care what anybody's playing today. I'm going into what I call catharsis mode, where I'm just going to jam Thrun, and I'm going to smash people in the teeth, because I got my teeth kicked in all day yesterday playing my fish deck, which you guys, you've seen that deck. I played it just a day or two back. And yeah, it kind of broke something in me. I think I played against way too many Atraxa decks, and I'm still a little hot about that, so we're going to go through and we're just going to smash unsuspecting people in the teeth, because unless they're playing Kenrith's Transformation, I honestly don't care what they're playing, because they can't get rid of Thrun. And why is the server acting up? For real? Am I disconnecting? What's going on here? What's going on? We get Urza. Let's take this on. Ooh, I like this. Got some nice ramp action going on here. Because after yesterday's disaster with the fish deck, which if you watch my last video, you'll see some of that mess, I'm just kind of playing a ramp go big deck with Thrun here, just to be like, good luck killing this. Let's do I do Wolf Willowhaven? Yeah, if I do it like this, I tap like this, put that on there, and then I can still play Blackblade. Try to make the most out of my mana here. Because if they don't kill the Llanowar Health next turn, I'm going to play Thrun, and it's going to be hilarious. Because they can't counter it, they can't target it. I mean, they could board wipe. But that's kind of self-defeating. Alright, so we're going to do this. We're going to Infectious Bite, kill the Surge Engine. We're going to equip the sword to Thrun. He'll get a +4 bonus. And he's just going to come leisurely smash Urza in the teeth. You know. There's something just fully cathartic about this big dumb thing smash. And if they don't stop me, they're gonna die. Okay, they got the sword. Well, that gives them a couple of turns here, because I would have killed them next turn with God Eternal Ronus come slamming down. As it is, I can do 12 damage to them this turn. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Thrun Power Suit, and I'm just gonna put it on Thrun, because it gives him +1/+1 for now. And I'm gonna attack for 6. That'll put them in lethal range next turn for the God Eternal. So this just makes it twice as hard to get rid of now. Okay.
I will gladly point out your inadequacies.
Yeah.
You're doing me a favor.
Sure. I'll take the hit. My turn. Oh, no blue mana up? That's a pity. It'd be a shame if I did this. Hulk Smash, your face. Oh, that felt so good. Queza, Augur of Agonies. This could be an issue, or it could be good. Ooh. Alright, we'll keep this. We got a little bit of ramp, a little bit of low ground beats and destruction type stuff. Then we have his open drill. There's my belt of giant strength. I'm playing some really just kind of jank crap in here too, because I thought it'd be kind of funny. So we could next turn, if they go to draw or play extra cards this turn, I could smash the Ledger Shredder with the Primal Knight. Or I could just ramp. I think I just want to kill the Ledger Shredder, though. Because they aren't... The only counter spell... I don't know. I'd rather kill the Shredder, to be honest. That thing draws too many cards, it gets way too big, and it's just a big pain in the neck. I want Thrun to have a straight go-through. And unfortunately for them, with the whole confounding conundrum, does that stop my abilities too? Can't attack or block. Okay, well, it doesn't stop my abilities. And Nykthos is still there. Let's go ahead and ramp. Because that just gives us more devotion for Nykthos. And I'm also running Clothus's, what do you want to call it? Destiny, or Design, or whatever the heck that card is, where it looks at your devotion to green and pumps all your stuff. I'm going to smash that, because I have a little bit of external ramp, but Canker Bloom's not that important to me. I don't need the Proliferate on it. So they're looking for, what? A land. Okay. It's fine. Enchantment. Go away. Doesn't stop me from doing other things. Let's just do... Let's do the Beast Caller and Giant Strength. And then we'll just sit back and wait. I was just kind of afraid of a board wipe right here. Alright. So I could place the Belt of Giant Strength on, like, the Beast Caller or something like that. Which I might just do. Yeah, why not? Oh, do I not have 8? 1, 2, 3... No, I don't have 8, so yeah, screw it. Let's just go through. Yeah, you can't counter that. Oh, but they can do that. It's not counterable, but they can put it back in my hand. Okay. Clever. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do have enough to play Zopendrel next turn, if I can try to squeak it through. See, that was what I was waiting on. I was waiting on the time wipe. Alright, they're tapped down. Let's just go ahead and do Thrun. I have a ram through if I need it. They'd need another board wipe right here, though, to kill it. Which it does not seem they have currently. Otherwise, they would have just ripped it off. Okay. So they have plenty of mana to counterspell me on various odds and ends. I'm just going to go ahead and equip this thing with the belt, because it cost me 5 to equip instead of the 10, and now it's a 10-10. And it still leaves me open mana for ram through. Okay, I'm going to wait for that. This will be funny. Watch this. Doop, doop. Because I have trample too. Ouch. It's like, thanks for the target. I'm so salty against control decks right now that this is my attitude for the day. Is just it's Killian. So we got another Voltron-ish type commander. But there's not much they can do against our commander, so we'll just keep this hand. So probably doing Elysian Caryatid this turn. I mean, it's probably opening it up to get blown up, but if not, you know, whatever. They can take one of my equipment cards, either the Black Blade or the Nettle Cyst, which, honestly, the way this deck is built, the Nettle Cyst is actually stronger. I don't have a ton of external ramp in here. I have more mana dorks, because the idea behind this was to get a bunch of mana dorks online quickly. We'll go ahead and attack for one, because we have nothing else better to do. And you never know, that 1 point of damage might make a difference. Alright, so there's Killian. We're going to go ahead and get Thrun down, and then we'll use the Circle of Dreams Druid to cast the Topiary Stomper. So, I mean, we could be running headlong into a board wipe right now, because they are playing black-white. But generally, you don't blow up your own Killian. So we'll see. Okay. That's alright. I got the stuff I wanted out of my hand, including the one thing you can't kill without board wiping. Oh, because I can't block with a Topiary. Okay. Like, what the heck? Okay. Well, since we know they have discard effects, let's just go ham here. Trample, trample. Yeah, Thrun is so stupid. You're just like, I'm starting to calm down finally. I'm like, this isn't a blue-white control deck. Because that was the issue I had yesterday. I kept running into either Atraxa decks, Elesh Norn decks, or blue-white control decks. And the one that kind of tilted me off the earth was actually a Dovin Bond blue-white control deck. So I was just like, yeah, I'm going to just kick you in the teeth. No blocks. I'm okay with this. Oh, welcome to the jank parade. This is gonna be funny. Watch this. Swing. They don't block this. They probably. Doink, doink, doink. Take 18. It's not every day you get to see that particular spell get used. But I was like, you know what, I'm going to put some fun stuff in here that nobody in their right frickin' mind would use with any other kind of commander. But since Thrun is so hard to destroy, I'm just like, screw it. We're just going to play this stuff. And yes, I have, you know, big fat auras in here that give like +7/+7 and all kinds of other stuff. Okay, thanks for the wolves. Or wolves, how do you pronounce that? Give me creatures, give me cards. I don't care. You blew up my enchantments. That sucks, because now that doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, but 2 wolves can just block here. I don't care. He can go back to command. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. This is fun. Because watch this. I don't care what they block with. I'm going to put 1 point of damage on it, and then the rest is going to trample over. Yeah, it's not going to help. Well, since they like to... Oh, I didn't realize it gave... That says each other. Oh, it gets +2 for the enchantment. I could have killed them that turn. I thought it was for each other enchantment. I misread it. That was my fault. So if I get board wiped here, I deserve to lose this because I misread that card. Thrun is kind of dumb, though. Oh, there's a Hydra's Growth. That makes him even bigger. Yeah, you better start swinging because it doesn't really matter how big your guy is with Death Touch and Trample. Death Touch just needs 1 point of damage to destroy, and then the Trample rules are once you've gotten past lethal damage, the rest of it carries over. I want Seraph alive, so we'll block with the Circle of Trans Druid just in case. Because I never know when there's like some kind of weird silliness going on there. Yeah, now I can kill you. Bruvac. So they're going to try to mill us while we're going to try to pound their teeth in. So we got Ramp. We got Doublers, which that's another one of those fun spells that, you know, nobody in their right mind actually plays, but I'm going to give it a try. Because I think it's funny. Yeah, they're going to spend their turns trying to, like, you know, burn my deck down, and I'm just going to spend my time ramping into Thrun as quick as I can and punching them very, very hard. They got my Zopandrel. Alright. Let's do Arcane Signet. And his is counters, not power. I can't make that big enough because I can only put 2 into it to hit the crabs, so not gonna work for us. That's okay. We're at the point where Thrun's gonna come down and really cause problems for them, though. Ah, you. Alright, we need to land. That sucks. Knocking my fun stuff in the yard. Got my Colossus's design now, too. Well, it's not a land, but it is a, Elvish Mystic. And yeah, I'm just gonna say go for now. Alright, there's Bruvac. Luckily it only hits 2 this time. I should have Primal Mighted something that turn. Oh my goodies. Alright, there's a Beseiju. Not gonna use it just yet. I might need it to get rid of Drowned Secrets, but no. Let's go ahead and play it. They seem so hell-bent on we're just gonna confirm 0, and I'm gonna smash Bruvac back into the ground. Gotta slow down this milling crap. Since I have Oaken Form and Exponential Growth, I'm not too concerned about hanging on to the Primal Might. I could have done that and then pumped and swung, but I'd much rather... I got my other damage doubler, so I only got the one left. Am I Sigil? What? Alright, they're getting all my good stuff. Alright, so we're gonna do Great Henge, just to get it on the board. We're gonna put Oaken Form on Thrun. He's gonna swing. And then if they tap down next turn, I can kill them with exponential growth. Because I can dump 1, 2, 3, almost 4 X's into this. Yeah, I can... If I draw a land, I can do 4. Which is 32 damage. Yeah, so we got... I gotta count this. 2, or 1, 2, 3. I can do 4. Here's some fun. Oh, it's 128. I was just completely off my rocker on the math. Yeah, no, whatever. Come on, take the hit. That's actually the first time I ever cast exponential growth, so thanks. That was fun. Kalain. Okay. So we got treasure pumper type deck. It's kind of... It's very top heavy with no ramp. And this has ramp with a little bit of top heavy. I'm much happier with this. Just trying to rearrange my hand. Alright. I really wish that they would change where instead of having the lands on the left, they'd have them on the right. Because that's how I like sorting my stuff. I like having my lands on the right. Because I'm playing from the front of my hand, basically, at that point. Instead, I have to dig through the back of my hand and go hunt for the lands. I'm not a huge fan of that. Alright, so we have Garruk we could play if we get a land. We have Circle of Dreams Druid we could play. Which, I don't know, that one kind of sounds sketch. Because it's likely to get just blown up. We do need to get another green mana for it, though. I think Garruk is possibly the play. I'm not sure. It's like, do I get rid of the removal? I think I get rid of the henge, because it's not coming down anytime soon. Alright, let's... Let's go ahead and drop the Druid. I'm probably going to regret this, but... It's just it's a expensive mana dork at this point. But if that's what all they're doing is spending their turn killing the Druid, I think we're okay. Okay, so they're not killing the Druid. We're just going to take 4 in the face, and I'm okay with that. Alright, so let's get Thrun down. Because unless they're running sacrifice effects, they can't get rid of him easily. But edicts don't... There's very few edicts that actually make the cut in Brawl. Shieldred's Edict and maybe Soul Shatter are like the 2 that might be good enough to play. And I can beat the Edict with the Druid. Soul Shatter, though, would suck. We went through combat. What do we got going on now? It's the pick. So, what am I gonna do here? Okay, so they killed the Druid, which is fine. Hoping for a land. Alright, we got the land. So, I'm trying to think. If I do fight rigging, into Garuk. No, I'm trying to think what would work best here. I almost think I need to do fight rigging and then fight the plunderer with the infectious bite so they don't get a bunch of treasures. So let's put, ooh, that's really good. Let's put Bounty of Might under that because they're not getting rid of it. Let's kill the plunderer. That way they're not getting a bunch of treasures off of that. And then we're just going to put a counter on Thrun and swing. Because I'm okay with taking, 4 damage on a backswing. Because next turn, Thrun's going to be enormous, to say the least. Now, they could have an edict, and I might be just eating crow for doing that, but... There's Revel in Riches. That's a thing. And that can win the game for them. Okay. So they decided to give up. I just kind of want to see what we would have done next turn. Next turn would have been 7. We would have had this for 8, 9, 10, and then 19. We would have had them dead this turn. Because we could have swung with Thrun and given it the +9 on this, and then another 3. So it would have been 9 + 9 is 18. Actually, it would have been... Yeah, it would have been 19 because of the +1/+1 counter on fight rigging. So yeah, that's the way that would have went. Well, here comes the test, and the thing that has ticked me off the most the last couple of days. You got mana. Let's go for it. I got mana dorks. I got lands. Lavender, you need to move. Dog's still in front of my bottom corner of my hand. For some reason, she likes laying right up by the monitor. Alright, we'll go ahead and drop Shadow Spear. Try to move my playable cards into where I can actually see them. I'm just not mean enough to make her move. Alright, they're ramping, I'm ramping. Let's just go for it. Alright, so next turn we can play Circle of Dreams Druid. As long as the Caryatid doesn't get blown up. Oh, that would be ideal, is to be able to go into Thrun into a natural growth. Well, they have a proliferate theme, I guess. Okay. So let's do Dreams Druid and pass. So yeah, the ideal outcome here is Thrun comes down, a natural growth comes down. Resolve all. It does not fight anything, it just mills, basically, in that deck. Unless they have some kind of weird activation thing, which it's like, whatever.
Take my hand.
Alright, so, again, the ideal thing here is let's get Thrun down. We'll play the Tyrite Sanctum. We'll go ahead and... I'm actually going to go ahead and equip Thrun with the Shadow Spear. Because I think that's the best use of the mana right now. I was going to play Tireless Tracker, but I think it's better not to. I'm not sure about that, but it makes unnatural growth better, and it gains us a bunch of life on the swing we're about to do. Because honestly, I could do Titanic growth, play unnatural growth, Titanic growth, and swing for like 22 or 20 or something of that nature. Yeah, I don't care about Ichor Moon Gauntlet. Because you can take all the turns in the world. I can, if you can't keep me from punching you really, really hard, I don't care. Again, not worried. Alright, so let's do this. And we'll do this. Move to combat. And smash you in the teeth. For a lot.
I must break you.
And I'm about to go to 45. And, you know, for the shiggles, let's just go ahead and play the Tireless Tracker. I'm probably walking into a board wipe. Whatever. Because I do have Wrath mana. But hey, I got to do the thing. I got to do the unnatural growth, make Thrun the size of a house. Okay. I don't think they can get to... Was it is it 12? Yeah, minus 12 to take a turn, extra turn. I don't think they can get to that. I guess the way to beat Atraxa is to beat Atraxa so hard and so fast they never get to Atraxa. I mean, I'm not going to complain about this because I was so fed up with how many... I literally faced 5 Atraxa decks yesterday and I got stomped by every single one of them. Yeah. I have no pity. Teysa Karlov. Alright, haven't seen that one in a long time. I got a Llanowar Elf. I mean, this isn't the worst hand ever. It's not great, but... I mean, I'm going to give it a try because I do have one of my Funzy cards in here too, which is Biogenic Upgrade. This is another one of those cards where, like, nobody would actually play this in, like, constructed Magic. It's a limited bomb, though. But with Thrun, it's like, oh, put 6 counters on Thrun and just stomp face. Ageless Ilcore, alright. Hey, I actually got something I can play, though. We got that to go with that. So we have 2. So if we get a land, Thrun can come down next turn, which is good. The one thing I'm glad with the Brawl version of Teysa Karlov is we don't have access to the Grave Pacts that are in Commander. You don't have the actual Grave Pact, you don't have Dictate of Erebos, you don't have the Butcher of Malakir. None of that stuff is actually in the game yet. Like, I think the original Theros is in Pioneer, so eventually if they actually decide to put it into the game, it will be here. But, alright, we did not get the land, which is annoying. But, we're going to do this. I'm going to blow this up, because I don't want them drawing extra cards. No attacks. And in the long run, that might be better. See, I'm actually kind of glad I have an excuse to play a mono green deck, because that was the one thing that I was just kind of like, okay, it's mono green. Whoop. We'll go ahead and level this up. Why we have it. available to us. Because mono green in Brawl is really hard to pull off, other than like Vorinclex. But he's kind of a, I mean, he's a one-note thing, and so is Thrun. But at least this way, I can actually play some fun stuff other than just +1/+1 counters. I can play the dumb auras. I can play the dumb, just all the dumb stuff. And I don't care if I'm swinging into like this, because it's whatever. But yeah, I can pull off some just silly stuff with this version of the deck versus Vorinclex, where you have to be kind of honed in on the +1 counter stuff. And you know what? I might have had that land in hand and I couldn't see it around my dog's head. So, whoops! Alright, I have an infectious bite for her. So that I am not very concerned about. We do have biogenic upgrade coming too. But I think I need to kill Adeline, because I don't need a bunch of little dorks coming at me, and she just needs to go away. So if I do, I'm trying to think, if I do this, that doesn't get me anywhere. Conduit doesn't either. Let's just do Infectious Bite. Kill Adeline. I'm not going to deal with her. She just gums up the works. And then let's do we have anything in my yard that I need to care about? No. Let's just play Ronus and swing with Thrun. So now I have a 6/6 Trampler. And that's the fun part about the counters too, is now I already have an additional counter. So with Biogenic Upgrade, I can then double that additional counter. So instead of getting 6 counters, I'm going to get 8 counters. Kind of fun, actually. It's like, I have big stuff, one of which is very hard to get rid of. What do you got? Oh, and I have an Indestructible God, too. Are they giving up already? Sometimes this deck will do that. Oh, we got another Atraxa deck. Let's see how we do against this one. Because that deck, the last one we played against, they weren't doing so hot. This hand is... eh. Okay, this I like. We have the early ramp spells to go off of. Alright, let's put the Wolf Willow over here. We have Beseiju. I can do Troll next turn. Tapping my buttons here. Let's play this. Yeah, I'm gonna play that. And you know what? I'm actually gonna play this and the suit. We'll just kind of hold off. Another one of those jank cards. Like, who the hell plays this card? I am. That's who. Alright, this might be a case of... because they got 5 mana? Yeah, I think this is a case of Brush the Mana Dork. Because I don't want that. Let's see if they're running Edicts or Wraths. I mean, I'm sure they have something. If not, Prodigious Growth is coming. It's like, it's just a 12/12 with Trample. Okay. What's the equip cost? 2? I was just trying to think if I could get squeeze any more out of that, but it's fine. Just go for it. Swinging. Being that they have Oracle on the board, I get the feeling that this is one of the Atraxa builds where they flicker Atraxa and a bunch of other stuff with like teleportation circles and that kind of crap. If it's not a green spell, you can't target it. So take your single target removal and stick it, as far as I'm concerned. And again, I have zero pity for an Atraxa deck. And anybody who plays an Atraxa deck. So we're gonna suit up Thrun, I think, as long as he's still here. Because that'll be 13 damage. And the fun part is, even if they were to play, it's an ability. Yeah, you can't target Thrun. Okay, so you took the power suit. Congratulations. Too funny. So here he comes to trample your face. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and play the old Gross Troll. And again, seeing Hostage Taker, this is a flicker deck. I can almost guarantee it. So I'm gonna pop the Mind Stone and draw a card. I could have done that last turn because then I could have drawn like an instant speed pump spell for Thrun and killed on the spot. Because if they don't draw something to like stop me from just running them over this turn, they're dead anyways. Yeah. Again, no pity. Jhoira, Ageless, Innovator. Alright. I have yet to see this variation of Jhoira do much. So, yeah. We'll see how this goes. I'm just now realizing I never bothered to change my lands over to the stained glass ones I usually use in my decks. Oh well. Like, I put this deck together and I was just like, oh, this is a lot of fun. Like, just pounding my way through things, and I never bothered to switch them. My turn. Time for Thrun. Can't be countered. So now I have options. I can do Unnatural Growth. I can do Seraph the Viper's Fang, because if they block with against a Death Touching Trampler, it just punches through. I'm sure they have counter magic. Like, there's almost no way they would not. So I'm just gonna swing with Thrun for right now. Because they're not going to block with Jhoira. There's no way. And I'll go ahead and play the Beast Whisperer, because that's like the least valuable thing in my hand, really. So like if they were to counter that, I'm not like, yeah, see, I'm not gonna cry too hard over that getting countered versus one of my doublers getting countered. Now, the bad part is we're going to get freaking romped here in short order because this is screwing me, and they might have a gateway to Phyrexia. which really sucks if that's the case. I'm trying to think which I want. Well, let's go Sigil of Valor, because I can pay to equip it. And then he's attacking by himself, so that's +2. Or +1, because it's for each additional creature, excuse me. Other creature. So that's 8. Alright. I was just thinking if they had... They can't do a gate to Phyrexia. Unless they hard cast it, which they have mana to do that with. Because this actually cheapens them up. Or no, it doesn't cheapen them up. What is it? Oh, well, you can do whatever. They have mana. Ooh, Blanchwood armor. That's actually really good here. But they are... Crap. Alright, screw it. They can either counter this or they can take a bunch more damage. Alright. Is it less than or equal to the counters? That's the question. Or less. So they can do a gateway if they draw it. That would suck. Celestis, okay. And that's fine. We just need mana. So I can drop one of these doublers on the board. Resolve, I don't care. I'll take a fight spell so I can punch Jhoira. Okay, Titanic Growth. So that would put us at... Is that lethal? No, because they gained a life. Is there anything in my yard that's... No, nothing of value, really. I guess at this point I'm going to do the Heraldic Banner. They can't... They could theoretically draw a counter. And then Thrun's coming in hot. He'll get it at +1. There's 7. Alright. If I had the mana, I would have just... Or the way to kill them with the Titanic Growth, I would have. Alright, there's Displacer Kitten. So they can start blinking stuff. They're gonna start making bunches of mana and drawing cards and doing all kinds of other stuff. So if they hit a portal of Phyrexia, we're just screwed. That's a ton of freaking mana though. And Jhoira gives him a free cast of basically anything, because there's no... I mean, hell, you could do a Draco off of that Jhoira at this point. If it were actually in Brawl. But... it's like my only hope is they basically brick. Okay, they bricked. Thank God for small favors. I need a land. Thank you. Holy bejesus, this is annoying. Because I can do 7. Death Touch would be 1 point of damage. Carrying over. Still can't kill them because I can't pump Thrun enough. If they put 2 in front of it, that's 4 going across. I gotta do like the long math, basically. So So they're digging for counter spells, what they're doing right now. Did they get it? No. Thrun, please go punch. I think you did your math wrong. Oops. Oh well. So what'd you guys think? I hope you enjoyed this. I was just absolutely in love with this deck. I got to play some just hard-hitting stuff, dumb stuff that I would never get to play in any other deck because the commanders would be very vulnerable to getting blown up, and you just, you spend 7-8 mana on a big dumb thing and then it would just get blown out of the water. So instead I get to play things like Predacious Growth and Bounty of Might and just dumb things like that that just take people by surprise and make them go, what the hell is this card? And it's so fun to do this kind of thing. I had some struggles at times where I was just getting mana screwed. I just kept drawing mana, or I got mana flooded, and I just never drew any business spells to actually make it work. But I mean, that's gonna happen in any game of Magic, so I don't blame the deck too much for that. But with that said, I hope you love this. I just had a blast playing this, and I will see you in the next video.